Alright, I just want to cut to the chase here. This is going to be about the subconscious mind. Because did you know that the subconscious mind literally controls almost everything in your life? Well, all the good things, all the bad things. Let me explain just how powerful your subconscious mind really is. So the subconscious mind, right, is a powerful force that influences thoughts, behaviours, action, almost anything, and often without you even bloody realising it. Understanding how the subconscious mind works, right, in relation to habits, it can provide valuable insight into how we literally shape our behaviours for success. So let me explain, and let's explore some more key mechanisms through which habits are formed and maintained in the subconscious mind. So one I always go on about is repetition. So one of the main keys to reprogram your subconscious mind is repetition. Because when we keep repeating things, we repeatedly engage in a behaviour, neural pathways in the brain are reinforced, and that makes the action more automatic over time. So a lot of things what were already in there, this is how that works. This is why consistent practice and exposure to certain stimuli are crucial for habit formation. Because the more often an action is repeated, the deeper it is ingrained into the subconscious mind. And eventually, that becomes second nature or autopilot. So the power of subconscious habits, right, once established, as I just said, they operate on autopilot. So in a nutshell, this automatically means that actions do not require conscious thought or effort. They're just going to be played out. Think about activities like brushing your teeth, driving your car, tying your shoelaces, or even driving to familiar routes. These behaviours have become so automatic that you perform them without even actively thinking about them, don't you? And once a habit is deeply rooted in the subconscious mind, whether good or bad, it requires minimal effort to sustain and go through it. And our subconscious mind is continuously shaped by external influences, such as environment, social interactions, social factors, and past experiences. And this conditioning plays a significant role in habit formation. So let's have a look at this for example. If a child grows up in a household where healthy eating is prioritised, their subconscious mind becomes conditioned to associate nutritious food with normality. Can you see what I mean here? Or on the other side, if someone is exposed to negative behaviours and unhealthy eating frequently, their subconscious mind may adopt that as habitual patterns and the norm. And did you know as well that the subconscious mind operates efficiently, prioritising energy conservation over conscious decision making? So habits such as mental shortcuts allows the brain to literally store energy by automating repetitive actions. So this is why forming good habits is essential, because once established through repetition and consistency, they require less mental effort and free up cognitive capacity for more complex tasks. The role of feelings as well in habit formation, emotions play a crucial role in shaping habits. Did you know that? The subconscious mind, it links certain behaviours with positive or negative emotional experiences. See my video about anchoring, what I've just recently done, and that'll go into it a bit as well. For instance, like if exercising is consistently followed by the sense of accomplishment and happiness, the brain will reinforce that habit. But on the other hand, if a habit is associated with negative emotions such as stress or comfort eating, it can become a difficult pattern to break. And did you know that as well, through a thing called neural plasticity, the brain has got a great ability to adapt to a lot of different things. Because the human brain is constantly evolving and adapting through a process, as I've just mentioned, called neural plasticity. So that is basically, the more a behaviour is repeated, the stronger the neural connections associated with that behaviour become. And this is why it can be so fucking hard to break old habits and form new ones. It requires constant effort in rewiring the brain, and it does take time, consistency and persistence. But it is possible. You've just got to be self-disciplined and determined with it. Many habits are formed without conscious awareness. Our subconscious mind processes vast amounts of information, and it does this all unconsciously, which means that we may develop habits even without realising it. I use this for an example. So someone who bites the nails a lot may not be fully aware of when or why they're doing it or what they're doing until they make a conscious effort to stop it. Familiarity is a good one as well. The comfort of repeated patterns in the subconscious mind, it favours familiarity over novelty. So for instance, once a habit is formed, it creates a sense of comfort and security, which is why people often find it challenging to break old habits. And this preference for the familiar explains why individuals tend to gravitate towards familiar routines, familiar environments such as a familiar way driving to work, and behaviours. And it'll do this, unfortunately, even if these are not beneficial to you. Triggers behind habits as well, because habits can be activated by environmental clues. For example, the smell of a coffee in the morning, anchor, see my previous video, that may trigger the habit of making a cup of coffee without much thought, or a specific location, time of the day, or even a particular emotional state. They can all serve as a cue for habitual behaviour. And understanding these triggers, it can help individuals to literally take control of their habits and modify their environment around it. And this in turn encourages positive behaviours. Did you know habits are deeply embedded as well in the subconscious mind? And breaking them requires a conscious and consistency and sustained effort. The key to changing a habit is to create new neural pathways by replacing the old habit with a new one. But it takes, as I always say, time, repetition, consistency, be motivated through self-discipline. But the subconscious can be reprogrammed to adopt healthier and more productive habits. And this is because our subconscious mind is a powerful driver of our habits and our lives, shaping our daily actions and long-term behaviours. So just by understanding about how repetition, conditioning, automatically and emotional associations influence habit formation. And from that we can take intentional steps to develop positive habits and break free from this negative mind prison. And that is just through conscious effort, environmental adjustments, consistency and perseverance. And we can literally harness the power of our subconscious mind to create a life of growth, efficiency, success, and a 2.0 version of your life that you dream of.